a bigger story. It's a bigger story than you can imagine. It's a big story about a really big God. Discover the story that shows you the character of God.
Hi there, I'm John, and this piece of awesome right here is my Bible. It tells hundreds of different stories, but they all add up to one big story. How God created us and loves us so much that He chose to rescue us, even when we turned our backs on Him. Some of these stories are pretty tough. Battles, long road trips with enemies on every side, brothers getting into fights, friends betraying one another. I mean, where's the peace? Peace is proving you care more about each other than winning an argument. And what the Bible shows us is just how much we need it, both with God and with other people. I got 4 stories right here that show peace is possible and where it truly comes from. We start out in the book of Colossians. Here, the Apostle Paul writes to some new believers who are just figuring out this whole faith thing. He says, God was pleased to bring all things back to Himself because of what Christ had done. God made peace through Christ's blood, through His death on the cross. Whoa. Bottom line, we've made mistakes, and God has every right to make us pay. We can't get right with Him on our own. But when God sent His very own Son, Jesus, to live on this earth and die in our place, He made a way for us to be at peace with Him. Try wrapping your brain around that. Now, we head back to the Old Testament for some stories of strong people who knew what it took to forge peace. Starting in Genesis 26. Here, Isaac moves his entire family and all his flocks to the land of Gerar. But the Philistines in Gerar aren't happy to have a new kid on the block. In fact, every time Isaac's men dig a new well, the Philistines fill it up again. Isaac's got enough men to take out the Philistines in a fight. But instead of launching a war, well, Isaac chooses to flex his muscles in a different way. We're gonna stay in Genesis for another amazing story that starts in chapter 27. Now, Isaac's got 2 sons, Jacob and Esau. Esau may be older, but Jacob is, well, trickier. In fact, he cons Esau out of all their father's wealth and blessing. Instead of sticking around to face the consequences, Jacob runs and hides out. Then one day, Esau gets word his cheating brother is coming back. It's Esau's chance to make Jacob pay, right? So will he punch his brother in the face or let go of what's fair? Time to wrap it all up. In 1 Samuel 25. Here, a woman named Abigail finds herself in a pickle when her husband Nabal picks a fight. See, David and his men have been protecting Nabal's flocks and shepherds. Now it's time to celebrate shearing the sheep, and all David asks is for some food from the party. Instead of being grateful, Nabal refuses and makes fun of David. Brilliant, huh? David's about to march right up to Nabal's house with armed men. But that's where Abigail steps up. Instead of hiding out in fear, she goes out to meet David. She didn't cause the problem, but it's her chance to be part of the solution. Peace. It takes hard work. It means getting messy, but it's completely worth it. And I can't wait to see how it plays out in you and me.